All right, so in this video, we're going to talk about derivatives of exponential functions. So to start out with, we're going to start with one that you're probably pretty familiar with, and we're going to use f of x equals e to the x. Okay, so exponential functions, if we take a look at them, some basic properties we know is that as we go to the left, even if we were to zoom in obnoxiously close, it's never going to quite reach zero. It's just always going to be slightly above, as far left as we would want to go. It would never quite reach it because we have a horizontal asymptote there. We also know as we go to the right, it's growing, as we say, sorry about that. We're getting a little seasick, exponentially large. So if we think about what's happening with our slopes here, basically what we're saying is that our slopes are continuing to be positive and increasing in that positiveness, right? So over here, my slope is, like we said, it's very close to reaching zero with the y values, but this is also very close to reaching a zero slope. But we know it's not actually a zero slope because we can see that there's still a change in y, even though our calculators get tired of calculating it and start rounding it to zero. But our y values are not just staying zero. They are changing ever so slightly. But then our y values start changing faster and faster, so our slopes start getting more and more positive. So our theory here is that this means if I were to look at the derivative, which yes, you can just do this, and I'll actually show you how to do this in your calculator in class. We're going to find the derivative of e to the x, and something bizarre happens, right? Did you see that? What? The derivative is the same exact graph as the original function. But if we think about this, this makes sense, right? Because our y values start very close to zero, but increase very rapidly. And then our slopes start very close to zero and increase very rapidly. Now, I'm not convinced. Maybe they're not exactly the same. Well, no, that's pretty convincing. But if you wanted to really check, let's say I'm still unconvinced. Maybe they're just look like they're the same. We can actually change these to table form, and I think that's much more convincing that they are, in fact, the same exact graph.